like this? Or like this? No audio? Nothing?
Audio.
You're not checking.
Well, I don't know. Are
audio?
you checking it?
Well, I asked if
How
it's
would
better.
we know if there's audio?
If it's better to. Well, this is really slow.
See, now can we like turn one? See how bright I am? Look, I'm like on. I'm bright. Look at the TV.
They don't care. You relax, Miss Floor Manager. For those of you that just tuned in, we're live on both 99.5 WSR Scranton and here on Royal Television Network, Channel 9 in the dormitories. I apologize that we had no idea we were on.
No, that was great. I thought you were kidding.
So did I.
Yeah.
She just walked out.
You're live. You're on. Okay.
All right.
We're on.
So for those of you listening at home or watching, if you want to get in contact with us right now, I have my laptop here. You could text us at 570-212-9877. And if you have any comments or questions or some things, feel free. And we'll talk about whatever you want us to talk about.
Exactly. Or you could yell really loud and we'll hear you.
That's true. Because we're on campus. You could
just, yeah.
We're really loud. All right. Yeah. You are really bright.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, thank you.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. So we talked about college football. We mentioned all the other sports for about 10 seconds because there's really nothing else. And it's time to talk about baseball. Because baseball is happening now. All right, we'll start in the American League. I'm over here. We'll start in the American League, okay? We're in the American League. I'm a Yankees fan. Yeah. See the shirt, okay? The Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays have clinched a playoff spot. So regardless of what happens, they're in the playoffs. No questions asked. Now it's just a fight for the division. The Yankees are 94-64, and the Rays are 94-63, and we'll see what happens.
Let me ask you this.
Please.
For the Yankees and the Rays, the celebration of getting into the playoffs, the champagne and everything, like, do you like that? Like, is that especially coming from like the Yankees?
Yes.
They're there every year. So you like the celebration?
And I'll tell you why.
There. Tell me.
Because every year you've new players on your team. Like the Yankees are kind of a younger team this year, and it's good for the younger guys. I mean, like Jeter's been doused with champagne probably 14 times in his life.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, there's only so much. He goes home sometimes and just douses himself with champagne. And there's no need for it. But for the younger guys, the rookies, it's a good experience for them. And it's humbling, too, because it's just something that you don't get to experience all the time. And even though this is their 14th postseason appearance in 15 years, Phillies fans, still, it's something to celebrate and it's something to be proud of. And I like the fact that they do it. But if you interview Jeter while that's happening, he still says, we still got to win in the playoffs. We still have to win the World Series. Like, he still is not out of it. Like, that's not their only step. There's more to it.
Right, yeah. I see what you're saying. But I guess what I mean, for especially this year, they're still fighting for a division. They're celebrating. Like, yeah, you made the playoffs, but you're fighting for a division. Like, it just doesn't seem over with. For me, I don't know. Well, I think you're still fighting for a division.
They get to celebrate again, though.
Yeah, twice.
I mean, whoever wins the division gets to celebrate again. How great is that?
2 celebrations.
I like it. I want to be a reporter in there and get doused with champagne.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Or you could wear like that raincoat, like some of them they come in with the big capes. They don't want to get wet. Stop it. Go right in. Go in with a tank top on.
Pair of goggles.
Pair of goggles. I'd wear a pair of goggles. So that's that in the American League. There's also 2 other divisions. If you didn't, I forget sometimes.
What do you mean?
The Central and the West.
Oh.
They play as well.
Oh.
And the Twins won the Central like last week.
Yeah.
Because they're the only team in the Central.
Yeah, they won after like game 2, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, they didn't even play the whole season. They just kind of, they got like a mulligan card type deal, and they just won the division. It was pretty cool. And the Rangers clinched the West.
Yes. Gotcha.
Good.
Vlad Guerrero's
yeah,
on the team. I say that every show.
He
but
plays
yeah,
baseball.
He's on the
Rangers.
Rangers.
He does play baseball. That's pretty much all they have, though.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Cliff Lee, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
Moving on to the National League, though, and here come the flashbulbs and the ears perk up, because you know who plays in the National League? The Reds.
I know.
They clinched the Central yesterday in a walk-off home run by Jay Bruce. Unbelievable.
How exciting.
I mean, the Reds.
Yeah.
That's the big story.
I know. Clearly.
I mean, who expected the Reds to win the division? I expected the Cardinals to win.
Me too.
But
Me too.
you being a Cardinals fan would expect that anyway.
Yeah.
It's a shame that they didn't.
It is a shame.
They do have are they still alive in the wild card, or is it over? Do you know?
It's over.
Did you even?
It's over. I gave up on the season like 2 months ago. Once they went on like a 7-game losing streak after they finally got the lead in the division, and then the Reds went on a tear, that was about it. That was the end of it.
That's fine. Well, yeah. So the Reds won the Central and the East. Somebody won the East. Another red-colored team. The Phillies.
The Phillies.
The Phillies won the East.
The Phillies, right.
A couple days ago. Oh, and I was surprised, because when the season started and the Phillies fans proclaimed that they weren't going to be good this year in May, I agreed wholeheartedly with them. I mean, I don't remember us having a conversation where we shot that down and said they'd make the playoffs and win the division and probably have the best record in the National League. I don't remember that.
We definitely didn't call that at all. No.
That's unlike us. We don't usually predict things correctly.
No,
I mean, we've been wrong countless times. We're going to be wrong 50 times in this show.
I know.
The Reds didn't clinch the division. Ridiculous. Nah, we're kidding.
Maybe
Please,
we should stop kidding.
People are going to actually think we're serious, and then we're going to get thrown off the air.
I know.
Actually, we might be off the air now. I have no idea. No.
We didn't know we were live. Maybe we won't know when we're off.
Exactly. We could be off.
You've been off for like 10 minutes now.
It's actually 8 o'clock. You guys have to leave. The Phillies clinched 4th straight East title. They're 94-64 as well. I'm not shocked. Were you shocked?
No, I'm not shocked at all.
No, why not?
No.
They had a lot of adversity. They had injuries.
Exactly.
They weren't playing well at some points in the season, though.
Believe it or not, they got their players back.
Really?
They come back from injury.
They played well at it, and they had a stretch where they won a lot of games in a row.
Yeah.
Baseball.
Isn't that crazy?
There's
162 games, you know.
Get out.
Yeah, in a season. One season. There's time.
Oh.
And they showed that. Well, there's time.
The NBA is 81. I just thought it was across the board, 81 games.
Oh, well, that's understandable. But yeah, 162.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Well,
lot of games.
That makes sense that they won it then.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Phillies fans, get excited. You're back in the playoffs 4 years in a row. I mean, it kind of just kicks the Braves when they won 14 straight years a couple years back. Just kicks that side of the curve. I mean, 4 years is a lot better than 14, in my opinion.
Clearly. Around here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in Philadelphia. If you mention the Braves, they would forget in their mind that the Braves won 14 straight times. Remember when the Braves? What? Okay. The Braves actually are fighting for the wild card. They're a game and a half ahead of the Padres. So that's, I mean, in the West, too. The Giants are 2 games ahead of the Padres and 6 up on the Rockies. The West is, how will it be won is the question. Perhaps they should make a film about it. Again, because they already did, I think.
They should just that should be the NL. Should just be the NL West. Should just play each other.
You're right.
And then the winner goes to the World Series.
It's really funny that like there's competition in the only in the West, but like in the other two divisions, the teams are just really good, so they just kind of go ahead of everyone else.
I guarantee the West will just be terrible once you get to the playoffs. That's it.
I think whoever wins in the West is shocked that they're there.
Yes.
It doesn't matter who we made it. Now that's a team that should celebrate with champagne for like 4 days.
Right. Yes.
4 days, just champagne all night and all day. Kind of like the Saints fans do after a win. They go to Bourbon Street and they just celebrate all week long until the next game. They're still celebrating now, even though they lost. Spoiler alert.
That's what I mean. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, like, what do they do when they lose? They just
still celebrate.
Anyway?
Yeah, well, they celebrate Mardi Gras still.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And Cinco de Mayo's coming in 8 months. That's something
definitely.
I look forward to it all the time.
Christmas.
Yep. Thanksgiving is big as well.
Halloween. It's right around the corner.
Halloween. Yeah. My birthday. I called them all.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're gonna have one heck of a time.
I'm going to Bourbon Street.
That's awesome.
All day. No, I would love to go to Bourbon Street, actually, but that's not happening. All right, we're off topic. Getting back to it. The Rays. They win the division. No one's at the games. There's more fans at high school football games around here than there are at Rays games. Yeah. That might be an exaggeration, but you get where I'm coming from. Where are the fans at these games? They are in a pennant race right now to win the American League East. No one's going.
No. They just don't seem to care about baseball in Florida, I guess.
But they don't have anything else. You have the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Bucks?
The Bucks.
They're 2-1. Spoiler alert again.
Jeez,
I'm spoiling our show. But they have the University of Florida sports.
Oh yeah.
They have college.
Well, they won
Florida State, Miami.
21 championships.
Yeah, right.
Thanks, Kim.
Thanks, Kim. Yeah.
And lacrosse, whatever. But
I don't even.
There's not much going on except good weather. Maybe, you know what it is? Everyone that goes to Florida goes there to retire. They don't care about baseball. They haven't cared since Hank Aaron broke the home run record. They stopped watching that day. They're just like, well, I'm done. They're all in. Maybe that has to be it. The retirement home people don't want to go to the games. That's the only thing I could come up with. I would love to live in Florida, though, or Tampa, and just go to the games. Yeah. No one's there. You could walk around.
How much is the ticket? That's $7. Okay, all right, cool.
You have like a 1 in 6 shot of getting a foul ball. It doesn't even have to be hit into your section. You're in right field. You could just walk over to left field and take the foul ball. Nice.
Yeah, right.
You could walk onto the field and play for them. They don't care. Go ahead. It's fine. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. And the players are starting to take notice of it. Like David Price, who's going for the Cy Young, one of the people, is disappointed that no one's at their games, and a couple of the players are tweeting it because there's no better way to get out your true feelings than to tweet it and hope that ESPN picks up what you're tweeting.
Clearly.
Maybe after the show we'll tweet something on WSR's Twitter.
John and Joe just got out of the sports show.
Hey, Scott Van Pelt, we have a radio show too! Exclamation point. It's probably not going to happen.
Definitely exclamation points.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
That's the only way you can get things across to people.
Bold.
If you don't, bold.
Caps.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're just gonna. I
know.
Well, I'm trying to find anything else that could. Well, Miguel Cabrera is out for the year for the Tigers. He hurt his ankle. So is he going to win the MVP now because his ankles? He's not playing anymore.
They were right in the thick of the race.
No,
it's a shame.
They're about 11 back.
Oh.
Yeah, they're. I checked because I thought the Tigers. No, they're gone too.
No, they're.
Really, there's only 4 teams that have a chance of anything, which is what happens every year. And what can you do?
It's great that things are finally shaping up, though. Like, teams are actually winning divisions now. We could start really getting into who's going to win and stuff. Now everything's...
That'll be on upcoming shows.
That'll be exciting.
Who's going to win the MVP, the Cy Young,
yeah.
Rookie of the Year? I don't really care about that, actually, Rookie of the Year. It's probably going to be that catcher from the Giants.
Hopefully it would be Henry Rowan-Gardner.
He already won in 90, 98. Whenever that movie came out, Rookie of the Year.
Oh,
he won.
Right, because he can't be, right, okay.
He won.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, floor manager. The ways we communicate here in the studio are fantastic. I just have to say, I'd like to thank everyone, too, for being in here. I'm over on camera 3. I'd like to thank everyone for being here today, helping us out. Even though you listening on the radio can't see it, there's people in here helping us. make this possible on Channel 9 and University of Scranton. And we appreciate it because it's not every day you get to be on TV. All right.
That was nice.
Don't think. I rehearsed that.
That was nice.
In the studio, I rehearsed that, remember? We were
Yes.
up there.
Yeah.
There's really nothing else I could even talk about for baseball. This is it. There's nothing happening at all, and no one's playing right now, and it's very depressing. I'm rooting for the Braves to get the wild card.
It'd
Bobby
be cool.
Cox is retiring.
Yeah.
So he says.
Yeah, it'd be fine. We can. I'd like to see Hayward get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know.
Because he made it to the All-Star team.
Yeah.
for like his, was he in the league like 40 games at that point?
Yeah, like 2 minutes.
Made it in.
About, yeah.
He was great that couple games.
Yeah.
There.
I'm on camera one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Well,
it's just me.
keep
You're not
talking.
on.
Keep talking then.
Well, you know, it's a shame because I finished my point about the Braves. I didn't really have much to say. So, but I mean, the camera could stay on me. I mean, this is cool.
You look too bright. Forget it.
I do look too bright. There we go. We're back.
We need to go down to Bourbon Street and just have you lay there and tan for like the days that the fans are there from the Saints games, and that'll be fine.
Or lie, because that's proper English.
What are you, comm major?
I'm a comm major. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right. Trying to find anything else that we could save until we get to the NFL, where everyone loves the NFL.
Everyone loves the NFL.
Scranton sports. For those of you that want to learn Scranton sports, tomorrow you could pick up the Aquinas.
The Aquinas.
We're actually the copy editors, and everything will be laid out perfectly. Before we go to break, if you guys want to also pick up the Abington Journal in Abington, our articles are on the front page of the sports section.
Front page sports section.
We're moving on up in the world. Community newspapers. Next step is Sports Illustrated. Clearly, that's the step.
Clearly.
All right, we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we will talk to you about the NFL and what's happening all around the league. We'll make our pick'ems. We'll be perfectly correct, like we were last week.
Yes, 16-0.
And we won't let our listeners and viewers go astray.
Yeah, absolutely.
No. So we'll be right back. So John Joe Sports Show on 99.5 WSR Scranton and the Royal Television Network. Stay with us. back here live on 99.5 WSR Scranton and the Royal Television Network. It's the John and Joe Sports Show, just before 5 o'clock. If you're driving home, nice. You're out of work. Actually, you're not for another minute, so forget it. We'll say that in like 3 minutes. Mid-sentence, just stop. Make sure you remind me. Gotcha. Nice, you're out of work. Yeah. And they can't see us either, so forget it. Right. It's over. So we just talked about baseball. If you're just tuning in with us, you missed it. Our apologies. Nothing's happening. Everyone clinched the division except the NL West. That hasn't clinched yet, or the wild card for both divisions. All right, football. Are you excited?
Football. Yeah.
No, just football.
All right, football.
That's over in Spain when the soccer.
Oh,
that's what they call it. Football. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. So one of the things that's been discussed is they want to make an 18-game schedule. Even though it's already 17 games, they want to make it 18. Now, for you listeners and viewers, don't you think they should get a BCS playoff system before they change baseball or football? My opinion. They're changing everything else except things that need to be fixed.
Yeah.
Let's make it a 96-team NBA March Madness tournament, NCAA.
It'd be crazy if 96
yeah.
teams.
Why not?
64 new teams.
Let's
NBA
make
teams.
the baseball season 256 games. We'll just play all year. Have 3 days off, and then play again. So they want to make it 18 games, 18 weeks. What do you think, Joe?
Well, I think it might be a little much. I love football, and I love football, and I really like. I think I like it most because it doesn't happen so frequently, and making an 18-game season, football is a really rough sport. So I mean the injuries may pile up and everything. So I don't know if it's a smart thing just adding a couple more games. Personally, I don't know.
We had a text about baseball, and I missed it until now. One of our listeners listened to my radio show last night at 8 o'clock on WSR. He wants to know who our MVPs are for the AL and NL. I already know who your NL is.
Albert Pujols.
Yeah.
Probably, or Joey Votto.
Joey Votto.
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't checked what they've done since those 3 weeks ago when we mentioned they're going for the Triple Crown. I don't know. I don't know any of the numbers. Just like for the AL, I don't know anyone's numbers at all very well.
Neither do I.
You got Tony, whatever his last name is, Ramirez or Batista or whatever. Batista. With the Blue Jays, he's
Lots
had 53 home runs, but that doesn't make him an MVP if he hit 53 home runs.
Right, exactly.
I think we'll talk about that next week. I'll actually look things up so we just don't ramble on about some player whose numbers are actually really poor.
Robbie Cano.
He could win it.
Robbie Cano.
And we'll put in. I'll put in a good argument because I'm wearing a Yankee shirt next
Probably
week.
Best, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So football, 18 games. I agree with you. I don't think it's necessary. The season's already very long. I mean, you got wild card after that, and then you've got the 3 games and the Super Bowl. Exactly. It's a long season already. Adding another week, I mean, maybe if you eliminated a week in the preseason and only made it 3 games for the preseason, or for Brett Favre, he just wouldn't have to show up for the whole preseason. And he could skip game 1 and then go directly to game 2, and it would just be like a normal year for him. If he were to come back next year, spoiler alert, he probably will. That's my opinion.
I agree.
For Brett Favre. Actually, I think this is his last year.
Did I mention I don't like him?
No.
Oh. I don't like him very much. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that.
Oh. All right. So, moving along, we're going to talk about the games last week, who won and who lost. In case you all don't know already, but since it's Wednesday, usually people do.
I would imagine.
I would hope. But they haven't heard our commentary on everything.
Exactly. That's what they've been waiting for.
If you want to text us to comment on anything or, ask us a question, you could text us at 570-212-9877, and we'll be happy to voice your questions on the air and address them in good time. That sounded good.
That was good.
All right, Chiefs beat the 49ers 31-10. The Chiefs are 3-0. The 49ers are 0-3. We collectively, I think, picked the 49ers.
We must have picked the Chiefs because we're 16-0 every week. and when there's bye weeks, of course we do.
Oh, yeah.
So we must have picked the Chiefs,
Well,
right? Definitely.
We
wouldn't
Chiefs.
have.
Why did you pick the 49ers?
Exactly.
I mean, last week they played very well, and their coach gave that speech. He dropped his drawers at the thing, went, oh, we're playing like this or that. And I assumed they'd beat the Chiefs, and I could only still name about 4 players on the Chiefs, and yet they won 31-10. They're 3-0 for the first time in, I believe, 2004.
Wow. It's just. First of all, what happened to the 49ers? They're supposed to be this up and coming team.
Oh yeah, they have the coach, they have the willpower. I mean, he's not going to take any crap from them. Great, and the Chiefs are literally an up and coming team. They lost players. They lost Larry Johnson way back, like a couple years ago. He was the savior for their team.
49ers, their defense was excellent last year. Now they're going to have 31 points to the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
But maybe the Chiefs are awesome. I don't know. I mean, they haven't really played. I mean, they beat the Chargers. They beat the Browns, I think, and now they beat the 49ers. So, I mean, they haven't played like a premier team in the league yet. But
Matt Castle threw for 3 touchdowns. Well, you know what the problem, like, San Francisco did nothing. Frank Gore rushed for 49 yards. He had more yards receiving than he did running. Like, you don't win if your running back just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I've tried.
That's the
you don't win.
It's the backbone of their offense is Frank Gore, and
so
he's not playing well.
Should we whip the word out already this early in the show?
I think they deserve it.
49ers listeners and viewers are hapless. They're a hapless team. They're 0-3, pathetic. You're done. Stop playing. Just simulate the rest of the season. Hold A in at the start menu. Don't press start. Hold A in. Simulate the rest of the season. Don't worry about it. Vikings beat the Lions 24-10. Just what Brett Favre needed.
Yeah.
Actually, this was just what AP needed because he rushed for 160 yards,
true.
2 touchdowns. He ran over the Lions, literally stepped on them as he ran.
Exactly. Yep.
This was something that the Vikings needed to get back on a winning, to win their first game.
Exactly. That's
what better way to
shocking.
play the Lions?
That's shocking. Yeah, and you said it. AP really came out and dominated. Favre didn't do much.
No.
Which is good.
He didn't really need to, though.
He did not that he really needed to, but still, I mean, good first win for them, finally winning, but not very impressive.
No.
They're not really showing much.
Yeah, you really can't judge them based on the Lions.
The Lions, yeah.
I mean, Hill did all right, but Sam Bradford was over at the Rams. Has more of a chance than whatever his name is that's hurt. Stafford, Bradford. Who cares? Colt McCoy? Colt McCoy sighting? No, not yet. Has there been a Jimmy Clausen sighting? There might be soon.
There might be.
There's talks of it.
I think
he's actually going to go back to Notre Dame for grad school and lead the Irish. Just kidding. Our friend Carl said that he's for 18-game seasons. Expand the roster and make it an 18. Add another bye week and then make it an 18-game season. Personally, I don't like. I think the length is fine. Like, you add another bye week, it's just prolonging the season, and it'll be good for like the money makers, you know, the stadiums. But I don't know. I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan. I don't think the system is messed up at all. So I don't know why you change it.
I don't even know why it's in discussion. Like, why? Yeah. Who thought of that?
Yeah.
What can we do to fix things up? 18 games. No, stop. Go away. Patriots beat the Bills 38-30. Randy Moss had 2 touchdowns. Catches, receptions. He's a wide receiver. I think he got 150 touchdowns in that game for his career. I mean, he's only about 494 behind Jerry Rice, give or take, 100 and some. But it seemed like the Patriots survived the Bills here.
Exactly.
This is the Bills who are 0-3, hapless. I don't understand.
Yeah, you've got Fitzpatrick at the helm for Buffalo. Maybe that's the answer.
Well, they got rid of Trent Edwards. They put him on waivers, and the Jaguars picked him up.
Jaguars picked him up because they don't have a quarterback either.
No, they don't.
But, yeah, giving up 30 points to the Buffalo Bills? The Patriots?
Where's Teddy Bruschi? Yeah. Is he still? Oh, he retired.
He retired,
That's right. Yeah, their defense is nothing what it used to be. It used to be like...
No.
It's nothing what it used to be.
Not
and it
at all.
showed when you're barely beating the Bills.
Exactly.
What can we say?
Not much more.
All right, well, here's an interesting game. The Falcons beat the Saints 27-24 in overtime. Why? What happened? I mean, the Saints, America's new team, because the Dallas just, people forgot about them a long time ago. They started like to get people back when they put up the big scoreboard, and people were like, oh, the colors. And then they realized Dallas was still terrible, so they stopped. So now it's the Saints, who kind of blew the game.
Well, I'll say this. We both called the Falcons winning.
Yes, we did.
Okay, so there's
Seriously.
One. But doesn't mean they should have won, but we did call them winning.
We did.
Yeah, the Saints drove down the field, got into field goal range, chip shot for Garrett Hartley. And
wait, in the Super Bowl, he had 3 field goals from 40-plus yards, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's
and he won. Feat. Yeah, he won the Vikings game on a field goal.
Yeah.
In the end, yeah. So.
Well, he obviously made it. I mean, Tony Gonzalez, he went as far as to take off his gloves.
They actually.
People were like walking away.
Yeah. They actually didn't even have him kick it, and they just put 3 points up on the board.
Nice.
They knew he would make it. Yeah.
Well, it was a gimme. It's
but
kind of like in golf when you're near the hole. It's a gimme.
Well, yeah. But
give it to him.
But not so fast.
Oh, you had me going.
I know. He hooked it left.
Actually, the PA announcer, he yelled, "It's good." He missed. That's how sure of a kick this was, and he missed.
Yeah.
That's pathetic.
I know.
Then the Falcons won on a field goal.
That's pathetic.
From like 41 away yards.
Yep.
So they got rid of him, and they signed John Carney. Well, they didn't get rid of him.
They signed him. He's still there. Yeah, they signed John Carney.
But overall, I mean, remember last week he made that game-winning kick, but when he kicked it, it was like that knuckle puck kick.
Yeah, exactly.
Something's not right with this man. Like, I don't know what happened if he had like if he has like an ingrown nail or something on his right foot. Something's not going right. If it's the shoes, but he's doing something, and it's just not going over well. And kind of a back and forth game. Ryan threw for 228 and 2 touchdowns, and Turner had 114 yards rushing with a touchdown, and Tony Gonzalez was the main target, 110 yards and a touchdown. I mean, Breeze was his usual self, 30 for 38, 365 yards, 3 touchdowns, but Thomas only runs for 30 yards. Pierre, Thomas, and Moore had 149 yards with 2 touchdowns. I guess they need Reggie Bush. That's the answer. He broke his leg. They can't win. Maybe it's because Breeze had 2 interceptions.
The Saints have just not looked that impressive this year at all.
Well, you know why? Do you play Madden?
The curse.
The curse.
Gosh.
You can't. If you're on the cover of Madden, you can't win. He should have just took this year off. Yeah. Really, is what he should have did. He's either going to get paralyzed from the waist down, or his team's going to just fall into the nothingness.
That's true.
Or it could just be they played poorly, but
yeah, it could be that too.
I like putting things with names with faces.
Yeah, names with faces. Names with faces. So I mean, big win for the Falcons here.
Oh, definitely.
Big win.
2-1. I mean, coming into the game, we still didn't know what they could do. I mean, they have talent on their team, but it's like, are they going to put it together?
Right.
And Tony Gonzalez steps up as usual, even though he's been in the league like 16 years.
Yeah. I mean, now that week 1 loss to Pittsburgh, not looking too bad.
No, considering
Steelers looking good with Charlie.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, all right, when we get there, I'll go on about Charlie Batch. Yeah.
We'll tell you who he is.
Yeah.
Those of you who don't know, Charlie Batch.
Those of you who weren't born yet when he started.
No. Yeah. So the Saints, I don't know what to say. I mean, they kind of played a good team, and it's. I guess they kind of showed their true colors. They're not great yet. I mean, they'll probably turn it on. They'll probably get more chemistry. But I think one of the problems is, too, Drew Brees doesn't know who to throw it to. He's got so many people running that he could throw it to. He just is, where do I go? sometimes it's good to just have, like, you know in your mind it's the fourth quarter, I'm throwing it to such and such. He's probably like, well, Lance hasn't got one in a while, and he's treating us to dinner tonight, so I'll throw to him.
They're just not clicking like they were last year. Just
they're
not clicking.
Must be the celebrations on Bourbon Street. They need to step their game up.
Yeah.
Titans beat the Giants 29-10. We picked that.
Pick that. Yep.
Good call.
Of course, yes.
Ridiculous.
Why did we even tell them they know?
Vince Young, 118 yards and a touchdown. Chris Johnson, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. Eli Manning, 386 yards, no touchdowns passing.
No touchdowns. I believe he had like pick or 2 maybe. He usually has like 2 picks a game.
Yeah,
on average.
Giants had 3 turnovers, so I'm assuming he had like 2 picks.
Yeah.
Bradshaw had a touchdown. Not a very exciting game from the Giants. They played very sloppy, and the Titans just ran right over them like they usually do when they win.
Yeah, Giants not looking good right now. They're not looking good, and the Titans way to get back on track after their tough loss to the Steelers. Vince Young actually plays the whole game, I believe, this time, which.
They won, too. They won the whole game. That was kind of a good idea.
Yeah, but Chris Johnson has to run well for them or they will not win. When he does, they're really good.
They are.
They're really good. They have a solid defense.
They're young, they're talented, they're athletic. They just tend to run past you, and you don't even realize they're there.
If you stop the run, you could stop them, though.
True.
That's the problem.
Unless they start lateraling it, and Derek Mason runs it in for a touchdown. It was Derek Mason, right?
It might have been Kevin Dyson.
Kevin Dyson?
It might have been Kevin. I think it was Kevin Dyson.
You're a Titans fan.
I was a Titan. Yeah, at that time. Like,
I just turned it on and jumped around when they did that. So that was pretty awesome. All right, Steelers beat the Bucks 38-13.
Charlie Batch.
Yeah, the Steelers have been without a quarterback all year because Ben Roethlisberger likes to drink, and then he does stupid things.
He does stupid things because of it. Yes.
So Charlie Batch takes over after Dixon, their second string, like hurt his leg. Or, I don't know. Charlie Batch. There was a Charlie Batch sighting on Sunday.
Yeah.
Whenever you start Charlie Batch, you usually, like, if you're the coach, you just like put your head down, close your eyes, and you kind of just hope for the best. You press the X button to ask Madden what plays you're going to call, and they won 38-13. Mendenhall runs for 143 yards and a touchdown. Charlie Batch throws for 3 touchdowns. Wallace has 100 yards, 2 touchdowns receiving, and the Bucks do nothing. Freeman throws for 184, no touchdowns. Blount, whoever that is.
Maybe Blount.
27 yards rushing for a touchdown. That's your leading rusher.
Yeah. I don't know,
very depressing for the Bucks, who are now 2-1, which is still shocking.
Yeah.
Who do we pick, though?
We picked the Steelers.
Well, yeah,
obviously
we never lose a game.
Yeah, so we did. We actually did pick them. Yes, we picked the Steelers. Charlie Batch, he was good like in 1995.
Yeah.
He had a 40-yard run.
He was actually at my christening. He skipped a game to come to my christening.
I didn't even know he could like drop back to pass, let alone run. I was shocked.
I actually think he's like a robot figure.
He could be a robot.
What it was? You know, in Austin Powers 2, or for the first one, they freeze them, and then they unfroze him. They froze Charlie Batch in the early 90s, and then they unfroze him for the game.
Okay.
That's why he's great.
Okay.
I mean, you know, he was in the bathroom for like half hour before the game.
Right.
Like
obviously, yes.
And then he comes out, and he's ready.
Okay.
Same thing happened to Brett Favre in the offseason. It's done.
Clearly.
They do it. Clearly. Shout out to Professor Strain. We could actually probably just walk down there and bring him in onto the show. Anyone who's like hanging out in the comm department, professors, just come on down.
You could talk about slippery slope.
Yes.
That'd be good. Mm-hmm.
I would love to hear about slippery slope.
I know.
For hours and hours.
Just not that classic.
You're right.
It's no more.
he's a
really good professor.
Intelligent. I just hated what I was learning and what it was. Nothing against him or his class. All right, yeah. Anyway, Charlie Batch. Professor Strain doesn't play football, sadly. Could you imagine him on the line, like speaking like intelligent, and the football players would be like, "What?" You know, that right there is slippery slope. That's questionable cause. You calling hike? I don't think so. All right, sorry, we're just blowing everyone's mind. Except for Nicolina, who's behind the scenes. She knows what we're talking about.
That's right.
And for any of you listening that have taken that, you know what we're talking about too.
And there's no floor manager that has ever taken it.
All right, so the Steelers are 3-0, and Big Ben's coming back 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
And they're in the hot seat right now.
No.
I never thought they would be 3. I would expect them to be 1-3 when Big Ben came back.
I know. Yeah. And wait. Should Charlie Batch just continue starting?
Obviously.
Definitely.
You know what they're going to do is they're going to line both of them up. They're going to sacrifice like the fullback. Okay. They'll line them both up next to each other, and they'll just snap it to one of them for every play. And whoever catches it, they're going to fight for it, scrounge, and then one of them is going to throw it. That's even.
That might work out.
Yeah. I mean, it's really up to the snapper who he's going to snap it to.
Yeah.
I like that idea a lot better.
That's a great idea.
If the rush comes to the one, he just options it to the other one. No one's around.
That's what Vic and Cobb should do.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
We'll get to that because I love the Eagles.
Who doesn't?
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Loves the Eagles as
exactly.
well. All right, so there's the Steelers. They're in great shape. Moving along, the Bengals beat the Panthers, who are 0-3. The Panthers, 20-7. Nothing really happened.
How did Jimmy Clausen do?
I don't think he didn't really do well. He didn't throw for any touchdowns.
Oh.
But there was a Jimmy Clausen sighting, everyone.
He's playing.
All Notre Dame fans, get excited.
The Panthers are so bad that Jimmy Clausen is.
That's a sad day.
Yeah.
Not for him. I mean, that's awesome.
Good for him.
The sad part is, going into that you're going to lose. Like, you have confidence, but, it's over.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, he had to be getting texts from his mother, sorry, you're going to lose tomorrow. Love, Mom. There's cookies in the refrigerator when you get back. It's sad. I mean, they have 4 turnovers, the Panthers. It is just a poorly played game from a hapless team.
Hapless.
That's the third sighting of hapless today. What has happened with these teams? 0-3. The Bengals, Palmer gets 2 early interceptions, but then they're like, oh, we're only playing the Panthers.
Exactly.
So then they just continue to score throughout the game, and they end up winning.
Yep, not by a huge margin.
No,
but
I mean, they could have easily beat them by 76.
Yeah.
But they don't. But they get by. That's really all you have to do in the NFL. Play like crap, but win. Who cares? Seriously, teams play terrible in games. They win.
That's true.
Somehow. The Falcons played terrible. They won. Who cares?
That's how it goes. Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. Just play terrible. As long as you win, that's all that matters. Ravens won 24-17, and Bolden got 3 touchdowns for the Ravens. That's impressive. Flacco threw for 3 touchdowns.
I hope someone had Bolden in fantasy.
Yes, I didn't.
I don't either.
No. The Browns, they're 0-3. I would call them hapless, but you just expect it with the Browns.
Yeah, exactly.
You have no expectations for them at all. Like, you can't give them that adjective when it's just like, it's coming.
I used to love those commercials that they used to do at the end of the season when the playoff teams were already determined, and then they'd go through all the terrible teams, and they'd be like, there were these 2 guys sitting in an office cubicle, and they're just like, Super Bowl, it's coming through Cleveland this year. And then they do a pound over the cubicle and stuff. Those great commercials, like the Patriots are going to be terrible this year. Just I used to love those.
Pound over the cubicle.
Pound over. No. I already did it. That was the Cleveland.
I didn't know you were. I'm doing it to you though.
Oh, there we go. There it is.
We'll do that throughout the year. Super Bowl's coming through Carolina this year.
There you go.
It's not happening. You heard it here first. You don't even have to watch the rest of the year because it's not going through the Panthers. Hillis runs for 144 yards for the Browns, though. I mean, there's a shining light in the dark cavern of terribleness.
The dog pound That's all I have to say. The dog pound.
Moving on.
They'll be fine.
Moving on.
Because they have the dog pound.
Yes, clearly. That works so well for the Raiders as well.
The black hole.
The black hole. Yeah.
That's tough to play in.
It's tough to find a seat.
Yeah.
You just start.
You just keep falling. Yeah, you just keep falling. Like, oh my God.
I'm losing. Oh, it's terrible. We've done it. It was a terrible experience.
It's awful.
Cowboys win against the Texans 27-13. Thank you, Texans, for playing terrible.
This is a shocker.
Schaub,
Maybe not that
241 yards,
shocking,
a touchdown. It is, because the Cowboys are playing terrible.
Yeah.
Romo throws for 2 touchdowns. Roy Williams receives for 2 with 117 yards. Barber runs for a touchdown. Texans just did nothing. At one point, I think it was like, it was bad. It was 17-3, and you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
why? What's happened?
I think, yeah, like the offense, the Texan offense just clicked in the first 2 weeks. I mean, they turned it on in the second half against Washington. But, I mean, you had Arian Foster the first week going crazy, and then you have Schaub and Johnson going nuts the next week.
And now there's nothing this week. You would think, none of them stepped up, and they didn't all mesh like we thought they would.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought all 3 of them would have come together. Nothing. Foster goes for 106 yards, but doesn't get a touchdown.
Yeah. And I mean, and there was one sack that Schaub got nailed in the red zone. It just showed it all. That play just showed it all. That's how the Texans were playing.
That was it. And I was surprised. I expected it to be, at least if the Cowboys were going to win, I expected it to be a lot closer.
Yeah.
Higher scoring game, a lot closer. But it wasn't. And Cowboys are on the board. America's team,
That's
Super Bowl. Get ready, everyone.
It's a big win for
Here
them.
they come.
Big win.
They're just going to go off now. You watch. Tony Romo. He's not dating Jessica Simpson anymore.
That's the key.
Is she alive? I haven't heard from her.
I
in a
haven't
while.
heard from her either. Yeah. It's strange. Yeah. Maybe she
If
has to
anyone
date
knows,
someone else.
212-9877, area code 570 for all you listening on Bourbon Street.
We'll get a text from Jessica Simpson.
I'm alive.
I'm alive.
Okay, good.
That's it.
Okay, Redskins lost to the Rams. Let me take a drink.
Take a drink.
For that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me take. I'll down the bottle for that one. I'm not going to down the bottle. We have a show to do. How does that happen?
How?
The Rams. St. Louis Rams. Shout out to everyone that thinks that they're not in St. Louis because they didn't used to be, like my father. He can't see us. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that like the mass listenership is probably radio, but we got enough people on the Royal Television Network.
Definitely.
I would watch it. If
I would
were
too.
here.
I would too.
We should tape it and watch it at home.
Yeah.
Critique ourselves. Go against our picks. No! All right, that's enough. Yeah, 30-16. Where are the Redskins? Where is Donovan McNabb? The Eagles actually signed him before the game, and he's back. He throws for 236 and a touchdown. The running game was dormant. 46 yards for the leading running back. I mean, Santana Moss, 124 yards and a touchdown. That's fine, but okay, you're playing the Rams. Sam Bradford throws for 235 and a touchdown. Steven Jackson, 58 yards and a touchdown, who left the game early, I believe, too, with an injury.
Yes, yeah.
So their best running back is out, and they still lose 30-16.
Yeah, I don't get what happens here. I don't get what happens. Maybe last week's loss just killed them. To the Texans, it just rolled over this game. I don't know. The Rams aren't good. I'm not saying the Redskins are great, but
they're better than the Rams.
You should beat the Rams. You should beat the Rams.
That's a gimme. That's one of those ones you circle on the schedule like, good, we'll get a win there.
The Raiders beat the Rams.
We beat the Rams.
We beat just the two of us.
Yeah, single-handedly.
Yeah, beat the Rams.
That was really easy, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
The Rams. So they're on the board as well. I mean, hats off to Sam Bradford getting his first win in the NFL. He played well, so it came through. What was that?
We're getting this. Yeah.
We're actually having a dance party in the studio soon. Stay tuned. Now we're going to go to a quick break. We will finish the rest of the games when we come back, and we'll tell you who's going to win next week. We've never been wrong. We won't be this week. Don't fret. You're listening to John and Joe Sports Show, 99.5 WSR Scranton and the Royal Television Network. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Here on the John and Joe Sports Show, broadcasting live on 99.5 WSR Scranton and the Royal Television Network. We're talking football because that's a sport in the world.
You got that right.
You can spell it different ways. We're talking football Americano.
Gotcha.
Not the one U-T-B-O-L. If you want to give us a text to talk about something or comment on something we said, refute anything that we may have mentioned, you can text us at 570-212-9877. I got it right here. Like, zoom in right there. We got it. Nice. I'm just kidding. Don't. No, it's fine. Seriously, don't move. It's okay. Eagles. They beat the Jaguars. You know what? I love the Eagles. Their quarterback decision to keep Michael Vick.
That's good, yes.
3 touchdowns, 291 yards passing. McCoy didn't really do anything. Deshaun Jackson for his 153 yards and his 1 touchdown pass. He's a beast. And the Jaguars are not beasts at all.
The Jaguars are not beasts.
Garrard, 13 for 30, no touchdowns. Jones-Drew didn't carry the team. He only rushed for 88 yards. Sims-Walker, 34 yards, no touchdowns. Terrible performance from the Jaguars and a great showing from the EAGLES Eagles! Exclamation point.
Yeah, Vic playing great still. Playing great. I mean,
is he on the Falcons?
He's on the Falcons and stuff, yeah. But I mean, just a great decision just to keep him in at quarterback. It's great to see Cobb and Vic actually like really liking each other too.
Well,
like
on camera.
Yeah, at least on camera. But it seems like the first thing that Vic said when Andy Reid called him, he's like, "Is Kevin okay with it?" So I don't know. It seems it's good to see. It's good to see maybe Vic turning over a new leaf and stuff like that. But just great win here for the Eagles. Jaguars, not such a good team, but the Eagles just went to work on them. Vic playing great still, so it looks like a good move so far for the Eagles. They've only played the Lions and the Jaguars, but I mean, just good win for the Eagles, and the Jaguars are terrible. Maurice Jones-Drew isn't good enough to carry them.
True statement. Well, didn't we say that Vic should start? I think.
I believe so.
I think so.
I believe so.
Not to pat ourselves on the back or anything, but yeah, Kevin Cobb is not the savior for Philadelphia. You'd be better off still having Donovan McNabb, in my opinion. I mean, he's not playing well in Washington, but he didn't play terrible for the Eagles, not ever, until he was on the cover of Madden and broke his leg. It happens to the best of them. Michael Vick, same thing. You're on the cover of Madden and you have a terrible year.
Yes, exactly. You go out with injury.
Camera 3, dropping things. For all you listeners out there, don't worry about it. We got it taken care of. It's fine.
We're cool.
I'm just kidding. It's fine. It's really you guys, the cameramen. It's fine. We appreciate you being here. You could drop things all night, scream obscenities to us, yell things out like we're at Sports Nation. Clap if you want.
Very nice, floor manager. Gosh.
Anyway, yeah, Michael Vick is the best decision you can make. I don't see why you would get rid of Donovan McNabb in the first place, though.
Right.
And I'm happy that it's blowing up in their face. I hope. It's
not yet.
Not yet, because they have Michael Vick.
Right.
If he gets hurt and they have to actually have Kevin Cobb in there,
not looking good.
Have a good one. They're going to put McCoy or Deshaun Jackson at quarterback.
This we're on the Wildcat.
They might as well, yeah, the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Colts beat the Broncos 27-13. And the Cardinals. Yeah, I'm a Denver fan, and Kyle Orton passes for 476 yards.
Way to go.
He goes 37 for 57 on my fantasy bench.
Oh.
And he only threw for a touchdown, though. Brandon Lloyd, 169 yards and a touchdown. They went for 4th down, I was watching, 4 different times and came up empty, every time. Because, you're playing the Colts. You have to, do things you don't normally do because Peyton Manning's the quarterback. And it didn't work for them because he goes 325, 3 touchdowns, and Austin Collie has 2 touchdowns, 171 yards.
It's on my fantasy team.
It's on your fantasy team.
Okay. This is
red zone failures for the Broncos sum the game up. Going for it on 4th down, not coming up empty. Score, please. Terrible.
Yeah, the Colts are just they're a better team, but the Broncos not looking so bad. You know, they're getting down there. Orton's playing pretty well.
You know what this
all
reminded me of?
isn't lost. For
Reminded
the
me of
Broncos.
having Jay Cutler in the red zone. Instead of throwing picks, they just went for it on fourth down and didn't get it. Same
Right,
thing.
right.
It's better than Jay Cutler just throwing it to the other players.
This is true.
He's not doing that anymore,
This
which
is
I
true.
knew he wouldn't. But get rid of him, though. I mean, if someone shows sign of any weakness, trade them away. Get rid of them. Donovan McNabb loses in the NFC Championship game. Get him out of there. Terrible. Get him out. George Steinbrenner did that many years. You won the World Series in 6 games, not 4. Get out. Wait, come back. No, get out. But just relax. Relax.
Nobody relaxes.
You're right. We're relaxed.
We are relaxed.
We're
actually.
too relaxed sometimes.
Yeah,
We have things coming up. I don't care.
I know. I don't really care either. That could be a problem.
No, don't worry about it.
No,
Totally
exactly.
okay. Cardinals beat the Raiders 24-23. I didn't even know this game happened. I didn't hear anything about it. Apparently, Janikowski missed 3 field goals for the Raiders.
Yes, he did, and including the game-winning one. They should have won this game. Both teams are terrible.
Well, Gradkowski's quarterback for the Raiders now. He's
Yeah.
great. He throws those
Lollipops.
really hard passes to the players. Yeah, Darren McFadden, 105 yards rushing for a touchdown.
McFadden's not doing pretty well this year. Actually, he's doing pretty well.
If only
But,
he had
you know,
a quarterback.
Yeah.
They need a quarterback. They should have got Trent Edwards. I mean, that's really nothing better, but it's better than what you have. Jason Campbell.
It would have been nice if they ended up getting McNabb.
True.
That would have been a plus.
Very true.
But
But it didn't happen. And the
Didn't
black
happen.
hole just continues its downward spiral into nothingness.
man, that was awesome.
Chargers lost to the Seahawks, 27-20. Seattle Seahawks. They have a football team.
Yeah, it rains
Yeah.
there.
And there's vampires.
Yeah,
in
right.
that general area.
Right.
Or werewolves and
Both.
something like that.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers, 455 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's it, though. They didn't run for anything. Matt Hasselbeck, a touchdown. 2 touchdown returns for the Seahawks.
Leon Washington went nuts.
Leon Washington had the game of his life.
Yep.
And that's why they won. Good for Leon.
Exactly. What is going like? This is the NFL right here.
Oh.
Seahawks are 2-1 right now.
I've actually been on.
Chargers are 1-2.
I've been on the soccer page.
Football.
Football.
This is why it seems so weird.
Well, yeah, the Seahawks are actually a team in Manchester, England.
Oh, okay.
You don't really hear a lot about them because, like, the Manchester team gets all the ink because they're good.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah, well, the NFL Seahawks are the same though. They're 2-1 as well. It's weird.
Yeah, but why? Yeah, why are the Seahawks playing so well?
I don't
Why
know
are the-
because they're the same team as they were last year, and the Chargers
get
are the
it.
same team as they were last year without LT,
Without LT,
which
yeah.
they shouldn't have got
and
rid
Vincent
of him.
Jackson.
Yet again, getting rid of players who didn't get rid of them.
Yeah, but still, Phillip Rivers is playing great.
Yeah, he's still angry at the world.
Yes.
After every throw, he grimaces and grunts and curses and everything.
Even when they score.
Yeah, no matter what. He actually, when his children were born, he cursed at them and threw things. That's just how he is. That's how he shows happy emotions. as well.
Yeah.
I do that. I mean, you get 100 on a test, you start throwing things around.
Threw the desk at the teacher.
You did.
Yeah.
We're going to flip this at the end of the show. Good show, yeah. That'll be it. We'll fade to black. Black online, ready to roll tape. Roll tape. Sorry. The Jets won, 31-23. Hats off to Nicolina in the back. Running whatever she's running. The Jets were victorious. Woo, Jets. Jets, 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 Jets. Real original. Wish every team spelled their name out in their chant. Dolphins. Dolphins.
Especially like, I can't think of
Cardinals?
a team with Cardinals or someone really with a really long name. I can't think.
Cardinals?
Looks like the Cardinals. We're on football.
Buccaneers?
Football. Buccaneers. That'd be a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, they won though. Edwards scores a touchdown for them, and Brandon Marshall for the Dolphins, 166 yards and a touchdown. Your boy Chad Henne comes up a little short. Sanchez throws for 3 touchdowns. Tomlinson rushes for 170 yards. He looked like the LT of old. I don't know if he had the visor on.
He always has the visor on.
Yeah. Yeah. Once he has the visor on, it's game time.
Yeah.
Woo!
Exactly.
So good win for the Jets. They're starting to prove themselves after losing week 1.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to end up playing quite well. And the Dolphins.
Looking good.
The Dolphins don't need to be afraid.
Yeah.
It's week 3. They're 2-1. They've already surprised everyone that they could win. And the Jets are a good team. Just rebound.
Exactly. And they were right there. They were right in the game.
Yes. But they lost.
They lost. They almost scored at the end. They almost scored a touchdown at the end. They didn't. Obviously.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Well, the Monday night game where the Green Bay Packers faced off against the Chicago Bears. We picked the Packers. The Bears didn't, and they won 20-17. I mean, I don't really know why. I mean, Rodgers, 316 yards and a touchdown. The running game, I think total you guys had like 39 rush yards, which is a little poor. And when you have 18 penalties against you, that kind of ruins it as well. And then when the fourth quarter comes and you hand them the game, that's a problem as well, too.
Are you assuming that I'm a Packer fan?
No.
Okay.
No, you're a Michigan fan. It says on your shirt.
Clearly. Yes. This is a terrible game. It was terrible.
You know who was the leading rusher for the Bears? Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Rushed for 37 yards.
Yep.
That's terrible.
It was bad.
And they won.
It was bad.
You know who almost was the leading rusher for the Packers? Aaron Rodgers. Rushed for a touchdown.
Yep, 3-yard run, yes. You
know what's great when a quarterback runs? They pump fake 9 times. You know they're running just because they're like...
The defense falls for it every time, though.
They're not...
They fall for it.
I know. It's unbelievable.
Oh, he's running. Jeez.
Oh, geez. I haven't seen this one before. Yeah, 18 penalties. Why don't you tell us about that? What happened to your Packers?
Packers haven't had an offensive line since
they lost to Denver.
It's been a
in the
little
Super Bowl?
while. You had to bring that up, didn't you?
No, I didn't have to. I usually do.
You just do.
So that's the only time I could picture the Packers is that year, and then I go blank, and then I come back like 4 years ago.
So they don't have an offensive line.
They haven't had an offensive line for a while. Is what
and they just all they do they just hold the Bear. They just held them every time. It was pathetic. It was pathetic. You telling me you can't stand in front of a guy and push him back?
Devin Hester, rushing touchdown, or punt return.
Punt return for a touchdown.
68
that was killer.
yards. First one since 08, I think.
Yeah, yep. The sad part about the whole game is that the Packers still could have won.
That's what happens every year, every game.
18
when
penalties.
They lose, they could win.
18 penalties.
Yeah, that hurts.
And then a fumble on the last drive that somehow stays in bounds.
It was
right on the sideline.
And it was real obvious that it did.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Unbeknownst to your coach who challenged it. And I was like, you could clearly see the ball doesn't go out of bounds.
Didn't go out of bounds. Player didn't go out of bounds. There's nothing. It was fine. And then the Packers just gave them the game. They gave them the game. That was it. They should, after all those penalties, they still had the ball on the final drive and they fumbled.
Yeah.
So they gave them the game. That was it.
They did. So that's a shame for the Packers. Good win for the Bears. The Bears are playing real well. 2-1. The Packers are.
No, the Bears are 3-0.
Bears are 3-0.
They're the only team in the NFC that's undefeated right now.
Quick fact.
Yep.
Packers are 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
They're fine, but
Bears.
just a bad.
The Bears.
Bad
Jay Cutler used to be on Denver. Got rid of him though.
Yeah.
He was poor. He was a poor quarterback. So was Brandon Marshall. Terrible receiver. Haven't seen. Poor. Didn't lead the league in reception.
He didn't have 22 catches in one game last year.
He didn't.
He definitely didn't. I know. I'm just reiterating. I'm just,
Jeez.
We do that.
What does that say?
I think it says PSA.
Right now?
Yeah.
All right.
Now?
When we come back, or whenever it is, we're going to go to one now, I guess. All right. When we come back, we'll tell you who's going to win next week. We're going to do our pick 'em. Hopefully we'll do better than the previous week. Don't worry, though. I called all the coaches, and I got what team's going to throw the game. So we got it this week.
Exactly.
You're listening to John and Joe Sports Show, 99.5 WSR Scranton, and broadcasting live from the Royal Television Network. We'll be right back. And we're back here in the John and Joe Sports Show, broadcasting live 99.5 WSR Scranton and the Royal Television Network.
Yeah, see, I've seen that.
SpongeBob reference.
Yeah,
Anyone? Nothing. Okay, we just told you about last week's football games. Now we're going to tell you who's going to win next week. But first, Des Bryant picked up the tab for the dinner that the Cowboys had, apparently. It was $55,000 for all of them to eat. You know, you got linemen and the big DeMarcus Ware, you know. 55 grand. He paid it. He's a rookie, too. He's probably got incentives from wherever he came from as well. They're going to trace that back to $55,000. That's a down payment on a land, a car, books for school.
That's more than I make in like 4 years at GERRITYS spell scaredy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all? You're going to make
Maybe
55
more
grand?
than
And
maybe not.
nice. I'm not
I
going to.
don't think so.
I'm not going to make that for a long time.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm not going to see $55,000 till I'm like 55 after you pay off college eventually.
That's true.
We're going for free, though, because we do this show. The NFL actually pays for our college.
Des Bryant.
Des Bryant pays for us to be here.
Yeah.
I mean, he pays for the... Yeah, must be nice. All right, so moving along, we're going to pick next week's games. 49ers and Falcons are playing each other. I'm going with the Falcons because the 49ers are poor.
I'm going to go with the Falcons because I hate to steal your words, but the 49ers are hapless.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
They'll probably win, though.
Probably.
They're bound to win eventually, like one of those games. Like, oh, yeah, finally we played well. Thanks. Jets and Bills. Jets. She can't see us. Jets. Whoa.
Probably
Pick the
can't.
Jets.
You can see us.
Bills are 0-3. I mean, like, literally. The Bills are 0-3. It's going to be the Jets.
Anyway, I picked the Jets, too. I hope people could hear me. People can hear me now. I picked the Jets. I picked the Falcons last. Whatever.
Well, your mic is like down your shirt.
I know, it's falling.
Grasp it. Just
Grasp it?
Just take it.
I don't want to like go.
It's already done.
Well, people can hear me now. We're good.
Oh, all right.
All
Well,
right.
now you're screaming.
Jeez.
That's why they could hear you.
All right, I'll just scream the rest of the show.
Good.
What's next?
The Bengals are playing the Browns.
Oh, good.
I'm going to go with the Bengals because the Browns are also hapless.
Hapless. Hapless is the word. I'll go with you. Bengals.
We should rename the John and Joe Sports Show the Hapless Hour. Happy hour, hapless. Get it? No? Stupid. Yeah, I know. Forget it. It's over. Packers, Lions. Packers win. Lions are 0-3. Packers need to rebound from giving the game away to the Bears. They will take it back.
Exactly.
Like this.
Yeah, hopefully. Yes, they'll pick that ball up and run it for a touchdown. 7 touchdowns.
Wow.
Yeah, they're going to score 7 touchdowns.
49 points.
49 points on the Lions. Lions will score 3. Hopefully.
49-21.
I hope.
Or 3 points.
Right.
Oh.
Yes.
49-3. Okay.
49-3. Yes.
You heard it here first. Broncos are playing the Titans. You know, Kyle Orton has thrown for 1,078 yards this season in 3
What a guy.
4 games.
What a guy.
It's funny because, like, if you play as the Broncos in Madden, they will not run the ball. If you, like, ask Madden or you do that game changer thing, you're in shotgun every play. That's all you do.
Yeah.
So that's great. I got to go with the Titans because I can't pick the Broncos for a long time because I'm playing as them in Madden as well, and I'm seeing who they're going to play the next couple of games. It's going to be a bad year for the Broncos. It's sad. It's very sad. Titans win.
Yeah, I'll go with the Titans. Chris Johnson establishes.
They're at home, too.
They're at
And when
home.
you're at home in the NFL, it's like a whole other ball game.
It's true. That's true. It'd be different from playing on the road.
It would.
Yeah.
Because you're at a different city.
Right, yeah.
Home is like you could like drive home after the game. Home.
Yeah.
It's a good pun they use. Yeah. Too much. Seahawks, Rams.
Maybe a little.
I'm going to pick the Rams. Okay?
Why is that?
Why not? The Seahawks won last week because Leon Washington took 2 touchdowns back. That's basically why they won. The Rams played well. They're at home. And Steven Jackson.
Okay, well.
Game changer.
The Seahawks are going to win this game
because
the Rams, they're not good. They're not good.
They're great.
They had a lucky win.
They won the Super Bowl against the Titans last year.
Yeah,
Kurt Warner, the yard reach.
Yeah,
that was like 0-1.
It was like 0-0.
0-0.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's Seahawks are going to win. I can't go with the Rams now. No.
I'll try it.
You try it.
Why not?
Do what you want.
I'm going to.
Do what you want.
I just did.
All right.
It's been done.
Awesome.
Panthers, Saints. Saints win. Panthers haven't won a game yet.
Saints win. Yes.
I hope.
I think.
My Lord.
They're celebrating either way.
Clausen. You know what? They're in Bourbon Street now celebrating the win that they know is going to come on this Sunday. Must be nice to know that it's coming.
It would be
we
nice.
know it's coming.
We know it's coming.
Ravens, Steelers. Ravens win. Steelers lose their first game. Ravens defense knocks Charlie Batch out of the game, and they don't know what to do because they don't have anyone else to put in his place.
Okay.
The punter comes out. He has to be quarterback. You know, it's going to be – they don't have Antoine Randall anymore to sub in who could actually be their quarterback.
Steelers. Charlie Batch.
Is that a team name? Like Steelers
Charlie Batch.
Nice. That should be your fantasy football name.
He's gonna win.
Even though you don't have Charlie Batch on your team, make it your name. I don't think so. I'm going to go with the Steelers. If any of you refute any of these, 212-9877, area code 570, for all of you on Bourbon Street. We'll be there shortly. Just hold on. Give us a minute. I wish there was like a Bourbon Street like restaurant where you could actually go to Bourbon Street. No.
We should probably get to the picks. If that's cool with you.
The what?
The picks.
Oh.
We're doing the picks?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Texans, Raiders. Texans win. Raiders are terrible.
Texans win.
But they're playing in the black hole.
You know I'm all about that, but the
no.
Texans win. Yeah.
Colts and the Jaguars. Normally, I would consider this an upset game, except the Jaguars are horrid this year. Colts win.
Colts win because the Jaguars are horrid. I'm just going to keep copying you for a while.
I'm going to say this next one in
smart.
Spanish. How's that one? Nah, I don't know Spanish.
I don't know Spanish either.
Redskins, Eagles. Donovan McNabb against his old team.
No, this is intriguing.
This is the game of the week. Seriously. It's
intriguing.
usually the game of the week we pick is like the Browns and Lions. We're just kidding. Sometimes. Unless they score 50 points apiece. Then that was the game of the week. But what do you think's going to happen? I mean, Donovan McNabb brings Michael Vick to Philadelphia while he's there. They kick him to the curb. I think the Eagles win. I would love to see Donovan McNabb beat them. But I don't think he's going to.
That's just not what happens with Donovan McNabb. He always gets,
nervous.
Yeah, he never really comes through at that point.
Yeah, he's not that guy. Like, like certain times, like in baseball, somebody comes up and you're just like, yes. Mm-hmm. Leading Donovan McNabb into this game.
That's just not his game.
I would love to see him do it, though. I would love
to see him do it, yeah.
Because he's going to come out and they're going to boo him. He's going to get booed because it's Philadelphia, and if you don't play for the team, regardless, you'll get booed.
Right.
Chase Utley will get booed one day just because he retired. Boo. He plays for the Phillies. All right. Cardinals, Chargers. Chargers win. Even though the Cardinals are 2-1, never thought I'd say that.
Chargers win, but
Chargers win.
Just because the Cardinals are that
Just because the Cardinals aren't as good as their record gives them to be. Bears 3-0, Giants 1-2. The Bears win because the Giants have no one to go to. They have no one to pick them up. That's right, floor manager. The Giants lose. A loss for the Giants.
Giants win.
No, you had to do that.
Yes, I did. Sorry. The Bears have not. They're going to have a letdown. They're going to have a letdown after beating the Packers, and the Giants are going to win.
Nope. Had Forte.
I'll buy you a candy bar if it doesn't have it. There you go. Mark it down. Record it. I'll buy him a candy bar. And he'll eat it on the show.
I will eat it when we say who won the game if I was correct. So the four of you
take your pick.
that remember that keep that in mind. Next week, candy, bars. All right, Monday night we got the Patriots and the Dolphins. This is actually a really good game.
It is.
Because they're both 2-1. They're both good teams. I don't know who to go with. Because the Patriots snuck by and the Dolphins. I'll go with the Patriots.
Go with the Patriots. I'll go with the Patriots.
Just because
the Pats.
Because it's Monday night. Tom Brady's been there before. I think Chad Henne's his mind's gonna be blown when he hears that Western Cowboy sing the Monday Night Football theme before the game. He's like, "Oh my God, we're on Monday Night Football!" No.
Yeah, I think the Pats gonna win this one. I just think that they're better. I mean, they are better, but the better team's gonna win tonight. I mean, Monday. Better. Yeah, we're getting the signal. They're calling the righty.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Franz is the righty.
I know.
I hope he's ready. Yeah, he's ready.
He is ready, yes.
Well, there's a minute left in the show. What great words of wisdom will you tell the listeners/viewers in this last minute of the show?
The Giants are going to win.
That's the best for the week. That's what you're leaving the people with.
The Giants are going to beat the Bears. That's what I'm going to leave them with. That's it.
The Yankees are going to win the American League East.
There you go.
If they do, I'll wear this shirt next week. I'll wash it. I'll wear the shirt. Some shirt saying Yankees.
I'll wash them after every game.
Space Jam. Yeah. All right, that's it. 6 o'clock, we're going to go because that's what we do. It's only a 2-hour show. I apologize. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place, same frequency, and channel. 4:30-ish on the dot. It's, something like that. Just turn the radio on at 4 o'clock, 99.5 WCR Scranton, and we'll be back here at 4:30 in the studio so you can see us on Channel 9 in the dormitories, and maybe Comcast one day too.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully. So we'll be back next week. Thanks for listening. We're the John and Joe Sports Show. Have a good week, and go Yankees.
Giants.
Yankees.
Yeah, the Giants going to win.